Good morning, I'm Karen Key with your weekly health update. Well, this morning we're talking about colorectal cancer and actually cancer in general. And joining me on the show this morning is Barry Hilton. I'm sure you all heard of Barry Hilton, the famous South African comedian. And he lent his voice to the colorectal cancer awareness campaign. Barry, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, how are you?
Well, I'm very well. How are you? This is a very unlike you. You're putting your
fantastic.
serious hat on this morning.
Yes, it's very serious because cancer has taken two of my family members. When they asked me if I'd lend a voice to the colorectal cancer, I said sure, because one cancer, 100 different cancers. It's just cancer. When I say just cancer, it's cancer. It's a horrible thing to have, and it's a very debilitating disease, and it just costs obscene amounts of money, no matter where you are. You have to try and prevent it before you get it.
One of the big things I think as well is this early diagnosis. You know, people will have some sort of a problem and then they keep putting it off because they keep thinking, oh, well, there can't really be anything too bad wrong with me, or I'll do it next month.
Okay,
yeah, absolutely. And this is one of the big things about the awareness months that we have relating around cancer is go and have yourself checked out, whether it's a mole that doesn't look quite right on your skin or if you have a pain somewhere, go and have it checked out.
Don't ignore that gut feeling.
That's the whole sort of the slogan behind the campaigns.
Once a year I go for my personal prostate check and whatever. And some of my friends who are my age point blank refuse to go. They say, there's not going to be some guy messing around with my end bits. And I say to them, guys, rather have that discomfort for all of 5 minutes a year. And then just one day you'll just arrive and the guy says, oh, there's something serious problem here. So I've been doing it since I was 45 religiously.
That is the age when they say that you should start checking all these things.
Religiously I do. I go on a Sunday. But religiously since I was 45, and it's important. This is not a laughing matter. We have to get serious about these diseases.
Now, you lost your brother to bladder cancer, Barry, and this is
He
another...
started off bladder, and then it just went all over the place. About 15 years prior, I'd lost my mother. She got lung cancer.
So this is why you are so passionate about getting the word out there, is because
Absolutely.
You've actually been in the situation where you've lost family members due
I
to
actually
cancer.
mention it every show I do. I tell a joke about my brother, and then after the joke I say, actually, that's not really a joke, that's the truth. So be very careful. And I do it in part of my show.
You know, that's the way that we need to get the message across, though, because a lot of people talking about the big C, talking about cancer, it's very uncomfortable. They don't want to talk about it. They rather just ignore it.
Yeah, it's like watching a bit of a horror movie that you know something's happening, but you don't want to address it. You think, oh no, this guy's going to get killed now, but I'll go make a cup of tea rather. And that's what people seem to do. They seem to run away from the fact that it's there. You've got to address it and make sure you're healthy.
But, you know, as you say, we've sort of said, you know, if there's a mole that doesn't look right or there's a pain
Absolutely.
or there's something, you know, it doesn't even have to be that at all. You can just be a regular thing. As you said, every year you go as a standard routine, you go and have these tests done.
But, you know, I've had 2 or 3 moles removed from my body. It was one on my neck and there was one on my back. And every time the doctor said, no, you've got nothing to worry about it, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you've come because at least you're observing and having a look. So because every now and again you might go there and they might say, hey, you've actually got a problem here, let's take it out now before it gets any worse. So you must go for those checkups.
The early detection is the big thing, because the longer you leave it, the less chance you have of a really full recovery.
Absolutely. And it's also, like I said before, it's this macho thing about men. I'm not having that done. You can't never look at you and say, oh, look here, there's something wrong with your prostate. You have to go and look, or there's something wrong with your colon. You have to go and have a look at it and find out.
Well, the nice thing that they've started now is a Facebook page, I think. It's called Be Cancer Aware, and it's got all sorts of information that you can go and have a look at and just find out all the ins and outs. If you've got questions and you don't really, or you feel uncomfortable, which we shouldn't really be doing, you can go and find out all the information you need on the websites.
And you know, a friend of mine had a problem with his stomach, and he had to have his stomach out, so he wears one of those bags, and he thought that was the end of his world, but actually it's just an acceptable thing. Rather wear a bag on your side than wear a box around your body. He lives with this, what do they call it?
A colostomy bag.
A colostomy bag. He lives with it every day, and it actually hasn't affected him whatsoever. He just carries on.
There's some actually amazing stories of cancer survivors that just life goes on, you know. How did you find people reacted to you talking about something quite this seriously when you were as I said, lending your voice to this awareness month?
They asked me first if I was just going there to make fun of it. And I said, no, it's nothing you make fun of. You can joke about it because it alleviates pain, emotional pain. But people say, wow, actually, Barry, you do have a serious side. Well, clearly I do. It's cost me two of my family members. So it's a very sad thing.
And you don't want other people to end up in the same position
No,
as you.
absolutely. And my brother was young. My brother was 54. So that was, that's not. He used to be my older brother, but he's not anymore. And that's because of cancer. Every now and again, I've been basically cured now. I used to have gout, quite bad, but every now and again, I get an attack of gout. It's taken me 56 years to realize when I get this tinge of pain in my toe that I know is going to end up as gout, I actually go to my chemist, and he's got this muti. He says, take these tablets. It goes away. But if I leave that, before I know it, I wake up the next morning and I can't walk. So how stupid would I be not to just say, hold on, I feel this is not lekker, let me sort it out.
You've seen the light, Barry. Well done.
Well, absolutely.
Well done. Sure. But we need more people like you, people out there in the public eye, if you like, who people look up to you and they know who you are and they enjoy what you do. And for somebody like you to actually come out and say the things that you're saying now, hopefully it'll have more of an impact on people. They'll listen a little better and think, gosh, well, Barry Hilton said, and off they'll go and have a check. So let's hope they do that.
That would be nice. Please, people listen to me then.
I hope they do, Barry. Thank you so much for joining me on the show this morning, and I wish you much success.
Have yourself checked.
Oh, I regularly do that, so I'm on the right track there.
Fantastic.
So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Barry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. I was talking there to Barry Hilton, as you all know, known as the cousin, but he was talking there about cancer awareness, and we've just come through Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. If you need some more information, you can go onto the Facebook group. It's called Be Cancer Aware, BCA, Be Cancer Aware, and it's got all sorts of information, and it aims to be one of the key cancer information hubs in South Africa. Go and have a look on their Facebook group, and you'll be able to find loads of information that will be very helpful to you.